Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. I wanted to take a quick moment to talk about Waistbeads. It is vitally important to me in my journey as a healer that I educate as much as I can about the things that I've learned through my spirit, through meditation, through just having been on this journey in this realm and so many others for lifetimes. A lot of time in this Western culture, we get caught up in credentials, manly credentials, and we want to understand with our cerebral mind how some things work. And that is not always the case with indigenous technologies, as my mentor called them. And one of the things for me that I spend a lot of time educating goddesses about Waistbeads because they have become a commercial commodity. They have become one of those tools that we used as an indigenous people that people are using for monetary purposes. And I'm not here to judge to say what is right or what is wrong. My purpose is just to educate and to say that if you are going to wear Waistbeads, I would like to offer you a couple of pieces of insight. First and foremost, it's important to know that Waistbeads are worn on a very sacred part of our body. They're worn between our heart chakra and our root chakra. And so those being very sacred parts of our body where our reproductive system is, our digestive system, close to our heart chakra, it's important that when we are placing things in this area, and any part of our body as a matter of fact, it's not just about the sacred parts of our bodies, but anything that we wear on our body, anything that we put in our bodies, we should, in my humble opinion, always be mindful of that. But anyway, not to digress. So when you're purchasing Waistbeads, for whatever reason, I like to tell goddesses that it's important that you check the energy of the person that's offering the Waistbeads to you. A lot of times when I'm out vending, I see these stringed Waistbeads that people are buying, and I have no opinion about that one way or another. I just want to offer that sometimes these Waistbeads are not manufactured on the continent. Sometimes they come from China. A lot of times you don't know who is manufacturing these Waistbeads, and because we know that things are energy, everything is energy, it's important to me that when you're talking about energy, that you understand that whoever is manufacturing or creating these Waistbeads that we're wearing around our waist, that their energy is a part of that. So whenever a sister comes to me to purchase Waistbeads, I always tell her to check my energy first. Make sure I feel good to them. You know, that there's nothing that we don't, collide, that we have coincident energy. And then once they've done that, I ask them to check the energy of my Waistbeads. That's important to me because I am not, I was trying to turn it around. Let's see if I can do it that way. I hope you all can see them. But for me, Waistbeads are sacred. So when I'm offering them not as a monetary gain, but more for healing. And so I always ask the person to check the Waistbead, feel the energy of the Waistbead. And once you've done those two things, once I pass your test, the Waistbeads pass your test, then feel the Waistbeads. This to me is about an intuitive process. It's about us as goddesses getting back to trusting our intuitive selves. I don't guide. When women are looking at my Waistbeads, I don't guide. I don't say, I think you should do this one, I think you should, because I trust that we all have the ability to trust our own inner voices. So I leave the goddess alone as she's selecting the waist bead. And one of the things that I'm always grateful for is that a lot of times there's a connection. There's a connection between the goddess and the waist bead. For instance, one of my favorite things to share is I had a young goddess come by and she wanted a particular waist bead in a particular color. And of course I have my waist bead sized according to your waist. And so she wanted a particular waist bead in a particular color. So when I measured her, the color that she wanted was of course in her size. And not only that, the word star was on the waist bead, which is what her father, who had transitioned, used to call her. Now, a lot of times people, you know, we go, ooh, ah, wow, ooh, ooh. And yeah, in our infancy stage, in our, infancy stage, these things really do blow our mind when they happen like that. You know, we're like, wow, how does that happen? But as we continue to evolve in our spiritual journey, we begin to understand, understand that these things are not miraculous, that they're not coincidental, but they're all orchestrated between our energy, the cosmos, and whomever else we choose to, our guides or whatever. So I'm always mindful to share that it's a trust process. It's one of the things that's really important to me. It's a trust process. It's a process of us trusting ourselves, trusting the waist beads, trusting that whatever we need, the waist bead is already provided. And part of that formula is because I have done my work prior to crafting waist beads. I never craft my waist beads when my energy is off. Meaning, if I have some energy that I'm upset or I'm tired or, you know, I have some things going on, I don't craft waist beads because I understand that my energy is a part of the waist bead being crafted. I always let my spirit guide. I don't think about color coordination, words that go on the waist bead. I don't do any of that because I trust that I am a channel. I am a vehicle. I am a resource of ancestors and spirits. So I give them my hands, I give them my eyes, I give them my mind, and I let them go. I let them do what they do. And through that process, I'm able to create waist beads that heal, waist beads that manifest, waist beads that move, waist beads that enlighten, waist beads that do what our indigenous technologies have always done without the need of any commercial or Western input. So, I just like to share that. I wanted to share that. I always tell sisters when you come by my table, you know, it's a beautiful process to watch. I'm grateful that they've come, that we feel good together, and that they trust this indigenous technology that has so much power. There's so much I'm still learning about waist beads. It's unbelievable. And part of that is because I honor the sacredness of waist beads.